Hello, this is Tom. Let's see how I do good, excuse me, from Southern Indiana. We're going to talk about first-time home buyers, since it ain't uploaded yet, so we're going to have to see what, comes on. Okay, you got USDA, you got HUD, you got VA. If you're on low income like I am, and I know a whole lot of people wants to buy my house. Well, what I did years ago, I was in a situation where I had to move with my budget and my income. I couldn't afford $500,000 a month. I don't get that much. I live in Indiana, so somebody said, try USDA. The closest office to where I was living there is Northville, Indiana. What you have to do, give them a call, but in your state. But I called Northville, Indiana, and they got, they got me an application. And they sent me an Lordy. They sent me an application. It was 1 page long. Fill that all out. Sent that back into North Vernon. Then they sent me, I think it was a 10-page application. I think that was maybe 5-6 years ago. It's based on your income. So I filled all that out. Got a year of my water bill and sewage bill, gas bill, electric bill. Shows I never was late. And also gave my copy, which everybody who's on Social Security or SSI or whatever, you get the paper this month of December. So I made a copy of that. And the other thing that I mentioned, and plus I went to the food stamps, which some people, it's EBT. That counts as income. You send that in. You fill all the paperwork out. You do have to come up, when you get the house, is get you first year homeowner's insurance. And if you want to buy a house, do like a real estate agent. You get, you can download Zulu, ZILLOW, or the other one, Tulip, or whatever it's called, a real estate. You can find you a house. The rules they had back there then, that you couldn't excuse me, you couldn't have a trailer. You had to be a stick house. And or you could buy a property and have a house built, but you have to call your local USDA office and see what the rules is. So I filled all that out, sent all that in, and I was approved for so much money. And it turned out pretty good. You get 3 vouchers. One was for 45 days. Second one was 30 days. The third one was 30 days. Probably final, but I made it to my 30 days. I found me a house out in the country. And I don't think you can buy a house in the city. I think I have to be the outskirts of the city, otherwise the county. I found this house I'm living in now. It's a beautiful house. And I can't complain. I wanted a house that had a bathtub and a shower, a stove, ice box, washer, dryer, a garage, a basement. Well, I didn't get no basement. I didn't get any garage. It's based on your income. You know, plus when you find a house and your real estate agent sends all that to USDA, you're going to have a home inspection. But get a good home inspector. If you want to know what to look for, go to YouTube and look at Mike Holmes. He's a home inspector, I think, out of Canada. You can see some of the things that he found in houses that had been inspected by a no good inspector. Plus, you have to take a first-time home buyer course. At the time, I used community action. It was about 8 hours, I believe. It was on maybe a Saturday. And if you do, I guess through USDA or something, it's going to cost you so much money. You got to make a 60% grade to pass. It's better to go in person. They explain everything to you. I forget how many acres that you can go for, maybe 10 acres maybe, but no swimming pool, no motor home. You can, at that time, you can buy land and build a house, but check with your local USDA. Where I was before renting, I was paying about $350 a month. And my house payment was cheaper. I had a good real estate agent. And, closing costs. He asked his boss man if he can include that $1,000 into the closing costs. Everything came out perfect. Also, if you have a checking account, they would need your routing number and your account number. Have them take it out of your checking account. That way you won't forget your house payment or property taxes or homeowner's insurance. But you're going to have to take a homeowner's first-time home buyer's course. And, that's funny about, being a homeowner. A renter, you don't have to pay to fix anything. When you and your real estate agent goes in to look at a house, 9 chances out of 10, the house is going to be all painted up. You want to look real close. You probably have mildew somewhere in that house, or if you got a crawl space, you might have it underneath there. Another good story, when you buy the house and close on it, the first thing you want to do when you get the key, maybe stop some store and buy you some new locks for your doors. Also, you want to have a tape measure with you and see how wide the door is. And I think the door may be supposed to be 36 inches under the ADA rules. You want to look at that, see if that, is the right size door. But you do want to change your locks on your door. And let's see, what else? Like I say, look at your paint job. Look at the ceiling. You can go to like Ace Hardware, Lowe's, or places like that. They got a tester you can plug in to your outlets to see if it's all grounded right. Because you got to tube things where you plug it in, and you got the little funny hole in the bottom of it that you ground. You want to make sure it's grounded good. Also, if you can look on top of your house from the ground, what your home inspector will see is a vent pipe. That's for your drains in your house, your toilet, your bathtub, your sink, where it can breathe. You want to see that. Like I said, look at the paint real good. Look at your hot water heater. See how old it is, because them things not cheap. After the first year I was in my house, I had to replace my hot water heater. That was a little bit over $300 for an electric hot water heater. I got a heat pump. I like that better, and I do gas LP, because you always smell that stuff. Electric heat and air conditioning, if you get a good air conditioning and / heat pump, you got to do maintenance on them, change the air filters and all that. Look and see if you got a double pane windows. I got some nice windows. It's kind of dark, but I don't know if you could see, but there's half of it. I got the other half curtain on it where I can sleep a little bit. But like I say, income for you, your husband, or whoever. Don't forget to count your EBT food stamps. That counts as any income you get in. You want to report that. Your credit score, I believe, when I applied, it had to be 620 and above. You check at your local USDA office. Okay, living in the country. Since I was a city boy, but I was used, a few country homes. You got a septic tank. You don't put your TP in the toilet. You got a little garbage can with a little bag in it. You put your TP in the garbage can. Also, you ask your real estate agent to ask the homeowner, when's the last time the septic tank was pumped out? And another thing you use in your septic tank, which some country people would, say, hey, you need to put Red-X in it. You put a box in it once a month. But when you first move in, I advise you either put 2 boxes or have it pumped out, which is around somewhere between $200 to $500. I'm going to do it between now and summertime, have it pumped out. That's one thing you want to do. Look at everything. Open the doors up. Flush your toilet. Turn the air conditioner on. Turn the heat on. Does the house have smoke detectors? If you got a heat pump, if you got gas or LP, you want to see if it has smoke detector, carbon dioxide. Yeah, you know what I mean. But your house payment might be cheaper than what your rent will be. Rent around here in Indiana and Kentucky is anywhere from $800 to $2,500 a month. But you can make it on Social Security or SSI, Make sure you got all your doctor bills paid, hospital bills. Make sure you haven't filed bankruptcy. And also for income, if you're a lady, you get child support. I know there's a few men that gets child support. That counts as income. Or states that got spousal support. That counts as income. Or death benefits. That counts as income. But don't give up, because God, is watching you. Like I say, I got about an acre of land. And I'm a Pepsi freak. They're not, a sponsor. I'm going to show you. I drink Pepsi Zero. That's a good drink if you got diabetes. I've tried diet drinks, other soft drinks. And I just, If you like Big Red, they got sugar-free Big Red, sugar-free Dr. Pepper, sugar-free Mountain Dew, sugar-free Coke, zero sugar, See, I got diabetes. I've had 4 heart attacks. I'm a veteran. But never give up. Your dreams will come true one day. God got something planned for me. What, I don't know. This video might be on again. I'm still uploading one that I loaded hours ago. But you need to fill out the applications, and you got to get, like I said, if you got water and sewage, you go to that department in your state, have them give you a printout for the whole year. Same thing if you got gas or LP. I don't think you have LP living in the city, but you need electric bill, gas bill, water and sewage bill. And if you got a regular house phone, you need that bill for a year, but who has a landline anymore? If you got a cell phone, you might want to go to your cell phone provider, showing if they will print you out a thing where you made your payments on time. You need, get your credit up there. But take your time. Don't get in a hurry, trying to buy you a house. Check your local USDA rules. Like I say, if you're a first-time home buyer, you're going to have to take that first-time home buyer's course. Check, local USDA, or if some company out there like Community Action or OVO that helps you out on your electric and gas bill, see if they offer that first-time home buyer's course. And also have them find out how old the roof is on your house. If that's more than 7 years, you better expect you're going to need to replace it. I need to replace mine, but I don't have the money. But I got the paperwork from USDA for a grant. I did put leaf filter things on my gutter this month. And it's, I got to wait next year to see how the leaves and the things from the Christmas trees, see how that works. But as far as water, it does perfect. They got a competitor. If you look at those, and the water runs over it, it's supposed to go around the curve of it and go in, but like it does around here, it rains cats and dogs. So I would say no to that. That's how come I'm doing YouTube. And if you're on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Share it. I've done others, but you can look at other YouTube tubes of mine, which is Tom Cartwright 4375 on YouTube. You can see videos I put on there about leaf filter, how I got screwed. They came out and fixed it. They came out here the other day and made my one gutter a little bit longer. They supposed to be out Friday. He did say a couple of days. They got to put a new filter since they made my gutter longer up there by my porch. They didn't bring a filter with it, but leaf filters is good. They're not a sponsor of mine either. But here's things that I like to do unless I hit the lotto. It's up to the man upstairs. And I was told you could make money on YouTube, but like I say, I'm a rookie. I'm learning. And I finally got Prism to working. That's one I'm using right now to do a YouTube video if it works. And, I'm trying. What I like to have, Kubota is not a sponsor of my videos. I like to have a Kubota with a bucket and a backhoe, uh, a rotary tiller thing on the back of it, and also a quick hitch or whatever you call it for the front where I can have a grappling hook. I can't push a more weedy, but I do weedy, but maybe 10 minutes and take a break. With my heart problems, I'm not supposed to do that. You know, you had heart attacks, what you can do and cannot do. By using, a backhoe, I can dig holes when an animal dies around here, which I love cats. I got probably 20 cats outside. I got Mama. She brought 4 of her babies over last year. They stayed here while Mama went back home, but her mama moved away because the daddy passed away, and she had to move out of the house because of the stepdaughter. She was an a-hole. But like I say, keep trying. Owning a house, you're going to be bald-headed like me. I cut my own hair. I also got sugar diabetes. And anybody who got sugar diabetes know how bad that is. If you take an Ozempic, you know what I'm going through. I lost 61 pounds, I say, in a year. I was weighing 240, and I was 44 around the waist. So I feel a whole lot better, but you don't mess around with sugar diabetes. I'm starting to paint inside of my house. The house kind of looks like a mess right now since I can't do too much. I got an ice box I got to take out, put it over at the end of my road since I don't have a pickup truck to haul it to the recycle place. I got a hot water heater and all this. Another thing I would like to have is a steel chainsaw, maybe 28 plus inches. Because I got one chainsaw, that's a piece of junk. Tell you another thing, if you go to Ace Hardware or Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a chainsaw, tell them you want to put some fuel in it, adjust the carburetors. It needs to be adjusted. That way, if you get up in the tree, it won't die on you. Or you start to climb a ladder, it won't die on you. I got a riding lawnmower. It's a Troy built. It was given to me. That's the second one since I've been here. But I had neighbors give me one. I had a John Deere. It died on me, and I gave it to somebody. This neighbor had a Troy built. The only problem with that was I had to put a starter on it and a solenoid. It needs kind of a carburetor. It got a shut-off valve in it to shut the gasoline. If you don't, your gas drains into your oil. But, I believe, even God believes, if you want your house, you can get it. You might have to give some things up. And you ask the person selling the house what stuff they want to keep and what stuff they're going to leave. Because you're going to have a final inspection where you go in there and look at everything, see if they left you anything. And like that, if they got a riding lawnmower, if it's an acre or more, see if they'll leave it for you unless you can afford to buy your riding lawnmower. I like to have a 0 turn. You see how much them things are? I can't afford it. I know some people can. I like to have a 0 turn. I got a shed where I got my push mower and my riding lawnmower in there and all this. But like I say, you need to, count your income. Need home buyer's insurance. If you got a good real estate agent, he'll help you, to do that. You're going to have to pay $25, $50. It could have changed since I bought my house. That's for USDA to run a credit check on you. Well, when you close on your house, you get that money back in a check. The owners will get their check. The real estate agent will get their share. The insurance company will get their share. Everybody gets their money, and you get the house. And when you get to your house, maybe stop somewhere at Lowe's, Home Depot, or somewhere, buy your locks. If you got 2 doors, you're going to have to buy 2 deadbolt locks. And, you probably get 4 in a pack. I'm not sure. I changed my locks when I moved in. Another thing you might want to invest in, you look it up on the internet and find the cheapest place to get. I found one I got was at Harbor Freight, security cameras. I got 4 in the hard drive. I put them up. I got one that's down because one of the cable was cut in half. So that was my fault for not doing it right. And it records. And if you, like I say, you hook it up to your TV, you have to use a HMDI cable, whatever you call it. You got an Android phone or iPhone, you can scan that thing into your iPhone, and you can fix it where certain camera go off and notify you. If you got internet, you could run a cable like maybe a Cat 8, Cat 9, whatever they got nowadays, run it to your Wi-Fi. If you got a smart TV, you don't need cable TV to watch all these side antenna, put it up maybe 20 feet above your house with coax cable like they use on cable TV. You got what they call a preamp. You put that in line, they bring your signal in better. If you got one of them smart TVs, you have YouTube on it, Pluto TV, and other things, just check into it. Only buy what you need. That's the secret. Only spend what you can afford. Don't go over your budget. Make sure if you got credit cards, pay them off. And after you pay them off, cut them suckers up. You don't want to get any credit cards while you're buying your house, because every time somebody runs a credit check on you, your credit score comes down. I don't think that's fair. The credit bureau will do that. But like I say, look, buying a house, it is a whole lot of headaches. It's yours. If you want to paint it blue or pink or purple, you can do it. But also another thing I forgot to mention, do not buy a house in the HOA land. You really will have headaches. You can't paint your house a certain color. You can't have flowers. Go to YouTube and watch on YouTube some of the HOA horror stories that people go through and what they do and how much you have to pay a month. That's something you look in. But find your house out in the country, at least an acre. If you're on a street, see if it's private or county-owned. Mine is owned by the county, which I got a map showing it's the county. You go to the stupid courthouse. The courthouse in Clark County can never get anything right. It shows it private, but I cannot find anything where it was ever been closed and deeded back to the homeowners. You want to look into that. Like I say, make sure the wiring is up to code. This house was built, I say, in the 40s. And it's a pretty nice house. It's warm. I keep my temperature about 69 to 70. It's about 30-something degrees outside where I live in Indiana, the county of Clark. But, there's things I like to have. I hate to own a house, but I thought I'd get my mom and dad's house the way the will was. Who could ever afford it has to buy the other two kids out. Well, I got screwed out of it thanks to my dumb brother who stole a bunch of stuff, broke into the house, stole my amateur radio, stole computers, and all this. But, karma is what. But like I say, buying a house, if that's what you want, look, you pay rent. I paid rent for years where I lived. I didn't own nothing except the furniture in it. I didn't own the icebox. I didn't own the stove. I didn't own the hot water heater. I didn't own none of it. Except the clothes on my back and my kitty cat. A mama cat had babies. Well, the guy that lived up the street, he had the same landlord. He took the mama cat, left the babies. I brought the babies and made them house cats. And you all know if you got cats in the house, what it's going to smell like. I tell you a secret to it. I saw a YouTube video that this woman went to Tractor Supply, who's not a sponsor of mine, which I'm still a rookie. You get these pellets. It's pine scented. You get you a container where a cat can get in. You put maybe a cup or 2 cups of the pellets in it. To get the cat started, you might spread a little cat litter in it where they know it. Then they start doing it. Then when the cat, it gets down to the point, it gets to be like sawdust. Then you use your little scooper and clean it out. Maybe dump it out. It don't smell as bad. I got, I don't know how many cats. Here's my number 1 tomcat. His daddy is dead. That's Socks. I got other cats. But I love cats. I also live out in the country. You might want to think maybe get you some chickens. You can buy a chicken coop and got good heavy-duty wire. Because you live out in the country, them raccoons is stronger than you think they are. I use a cheap wire. They tore the what out of it. They killed my rooster. They killed my baby chicks that I raised when they was little. You say, what does this have to do with buying a house? I'm just giving you some ideas. You know how much eggs cost at a grocery store. You can feed them chicken food. But during the summertime, you can give them watermelon, cantaloupe, all kinds of fruit. You know what's in your eggs. You don't know what's in them eggs you buy at the grocery store. I gave my eggs away to people. He said, these eggs taste better when you get in the grocery store. But also, beware your home inspectors. They'll lie to you. Ask questions. That's how come you go to Mark Holmes on YouTube. He's a home inspector. I think he's out of Canada. Look at some of the things that he finds in these houses after they've been inspected, but they didn't tell the owners. I saw one today. The home inspector really messed up. Lucky they didn't tear the house down and rebuild it. I don't know who paid that $300,000, but everything was so messed up. It had asbestos in it. It had this and that. Whoever buys my mom's and dad's house in Charlestown at 118 Oral Drive. That house has investments in it. And also, when you do a land survey, you won't go back to the 1960s. If you do the one they done in 72, you're going to lose 10 feet, because if you know anything about Charlestown Highway 3 used to be a 2-lane road. And the first house, everybody that's on Highway 3 lost better than 10 feet of their property. And the neighbor next door to my mom and dad's house, which was 116, stole 10 feet of the property. There was no stakes in the backyard. The city of Charleston came up, dug it up, because they had to put a new water line. I was there when they dug it up, but I knew the one in the front yard, because that driveway that the neighbors use at 116 is part of my mom's property. So that's another thing. You want to have the property survey, see if the homeowner would pay for half of it or all of it, and find the 4 corners. Make sure where the 4 corners are. That way you know where it is. You might want to put 4 stakes in it, that way you know where it is. Another thing you need, which your real estate agent might not tell you about. Lucky I had a good real estate agent. It was what they call title insurance. They had to protect whatever, something, one of your neighbors come by and say, well, that's my property, this and that. And you got the survey paperwork, how many feet wide, how long is it, this and that. You don't have to pay for the attorney, Ask your real estate agent a question about title insurance. That'll save you some money. It's good, I think, for life, even after you move. And also, you might want to check with the homeowner, see if they have home warranty. Also, beware of the home warranty that's out there. Else, they lied to you. I had that home warranty, and they were supposed to pay for the hot water heater. That's what was in the agreement, this and that. No cost to me except for the plumber to come out here. That cost me $75. And they wouldn't cover. They said, well, it cost you $300. I think it was home warranty or something. They was sued in Arizona. So I canceled that. Just be careful of your home warranty. Make sure it covers everything. Your ice box, your kitchen stove, your washer or dryer. There's not people out there anymore to fix an ice box, or the new generation that calls it a refrigerator. I'm old school. But, I'm at my age. That's the thing, you're going to have to take your first time home buyer course. You're going to have to take that. You get 3 vouchers. I told you about the apps you need to download to find your house in your state. Like I said, check with your local USDA in the state you live in. I don't think countries has anything like a USDA, but here in the United States, we do have USDA first-time home buyers. Farmers use USDA. That's the cheapest way to go, I've found out. Go to the bank and see what a house payment will cost you. I couldn't afford to go to a bank, but by going through USDA, they're not a sponsor of this video. I'm just telling you what I've done. So you might want to look at that. If you're on a fixed income, you can buy your house on a fixed income. And you want to find out if it has a heat pump. I heard bad stories about heat pump, and some of those are lie. You want to find out? Hi, Lexi. I got kitty cats that wants to get in my video. And you want to see how new the air condition is. You want to know what qualifications your inspector has for AC and heat pump. You want to see the qualification to inspect septic tank. You want to have them see if they got a camera, they can sneak down into your line, see if there's any roots or anything like that if you got trees in your yard. I'll tell you the little problems I got. The trees is too close to the house. You might want to keep your trees a little away from your house. Because if they fall, it's going to hurt your house and you might have to live in tents if in the summertime till they repair it. So there's things you want to look at. But, questions, like I say about home inspection. Go to YouTube, look at, I think it's Mike Holmes Inspections, and look at him. I know he's in Canada, but I think he does come a few places in the United States. Look at his video. You see what he finds. He finds mildew. The wiring is all screwed up. Make sure that your home inspector take the cover off your electric box and see if everything's up to code there. You need a 220 for your kitchen stove. You need 220 for your dryer if you don't have LP at that property. You need to look at all that. See if your plugs are in good shape. See if your doors is wide enough under ADA rules. See if you can look at your gutters. See if they got leaf filters on them. If they're not, see if you can buy them. You looking at, for a small house like mine, about $2,000. And see how old the shingles are on your house. I want to replace it with metal shingles that looks like regular asphalt shingles. I got to get an estimate of that where I can send it in with my USDA grant. Just take your time. It's a slow process. When you get your house and close on it, you and your spouse are going to be happy. If you're a single lady, you can do it. Don't give up, ladies or men. It's based on your income. Your bank, you're looking at $500 or more, like my ex-son-in-law. His house payment through USDA is $1,000. I don't know how big a house he got. I don't know how much land he had. You go to the bank, you're probably looking at maybe $1,500. Check on homeowners insurance and see which one got the best deal. Some insurance won't cover a wood stove. I know some of these houses got wood stove. I don't have one, but I had a chimney, but that's coming down. But I got no wood stove. I had good homeowners insurance. They canceled it without telling me. Thanks to USDA, they let me know. I contacted my insurance agent, and he got me somebody real quick, sent in all the paperwork to USDA. You got to be careful. There are people out there that will screw you. Excuse my French. You also might want to get LifeLock where nobody will steal your ID. I went through that. I went through all kinds of hot water to correct it. I went to the Federal Trade Commission. I had to do that's a whole lot of headaches because people does steal your ID. They could steal your house. You want to keep up on it. I think they got some kind of title in, for your land in case somebody decides to go to to the county records and forge papers and steal your house, and you won't even know it. So those things you got to look out for. You, like I say, look at the top of your house. You got probably a metal pipe that comes out. That's your air vent for your toilet, your bathtub, your kitchen sink, your washer. You might have a dishwasher. That's your air vent. You need a vent pipe. You need that. Like I said, there's videos you can look at about first-time home buyers. But you can look at USDA videos on YouTube. But first-time home buyers, I advise you go to Mike Holmes' video on YouTube. Look how he does his inspections. He got an infrared camera showing how the heat loss is, going out your windows, out your doors, this and that. He can see through the walls, see if it's well insulated. I ask a home inspector, he or she comes to your house, if they got anything like it, and check for air leaks. 9 chances out of 10, they won't have it unless they got the thing on the cell phone, which some of them does. Mine had it. My house is pretty well insulated. Like I say, you need to take first buyer home course. You get 3 vouchers. You got to have, your credit things like your water and sewage bill for a year. You got to have if you got a cell phone or a home phone, you need the bill for the whole year, showing where you made your payments. And check your credit score. You can do that for free. Load down Credit Karma. That's not a advertiser. I got it. Well, I can keep track of my credit score, see who decide to, mess with my credit. Like I say, when you go in the house, look at your paint. Look at it real close. See if it got any holes or anything peeling off, close to the ceiling. You might have water leaks. Because water will leak through it. Look for maybe brown circles in your ceiling. That means you got a water leak somewhere in your attic. That means you're going to have to replace your roof. And if you buy a house out in the country, I advise you get you some kitty cats. You're going to have mice. Mice will find the tiniest holes in the house. Maybe a couple of cats in the house. I know some of you are probably allergic to cats, but live in the country, you're going to have a few surprises of mice getting into your house. Cats will catch them. Outside cats will catch them. If you want chickens, I told you a few things to do. If you want fresh eggs. If you got an acre or more, you want maybe make you a garden. Plant your tomatoes or whatever you need. Can your stuff. Because look what they put in your food at the grocery store. And you might want some farm animals to feed. You might want to butcher, have your fresh meat. You might be a hunter. You might want deer steaks or deer sausage and stuff like that. And out in like I said, you got to trash. If you don't, you're going to have to buy a garbage can and check who the neighbors use for the trash people. If you drink soft drinks in a can, you can recycle themselves. Get a can smasher, you can smash them and put them in the garbage bags and take it to your local recycle place and bring you some extra money in. You know, there's things you can do to save money in the country. And also, look at your light bulbs in the house. You might want to change them to LEDs or LCDs or whatever they call it, and change it to them. Cut your electric bill down. You know, get those good ice boxes, whatever they call it, energy-saving ice boxes. Same thing with your hot water heater. Like I say, if you can get cable, just get the internet. Get Wi-Fi. I know everybody got these smart TVs. You can get the same thing on cable if you got internet by having those smart TVs. And you can get those security cameras from Harbor Freight. I don't know the brand. You get 4 with them. You might want to buy 8 of them, set them around your house, your porch. If you got a garage, you might want to set up a motion detector light on your garage door. That's one thing to look at. You can save money by having your house. You might want to have a bug man come in, spray your house for roaches or whatever, termites, fleas. You might want to do that. Have them fog it real good before you move in. Have your home inspector. Make sure they're good. Ask questions. That's how come I'm telling you, go to Mike Holmes on YouTube and see how he does his inspections, what the other inspectors don't tell the people who buy houses. Mine told me everything that was wrong. I fixed some of them myself because that was easy since I used to work as an electrician. I know how to change the plug out. I know how to ground them and stuff like that. So that's saying your plugs have to be grounded. The code said the plugs have to be grounded. If you want your local TV stations, you put a push-up pole on the side of your house, a good antenna, and run coax into your house somewhere. And they got what they call a preamp, which that brings the signal in. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope I've done some things and stuff like that. So hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And if you're not on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, which is Tom Cartwright 4375. Because there's a whole lot of Tom Cartwrights out there. I didn't know that. But I do watch RD on the Scene. He's a YouTuber in Baker's, California. Hi, Roger. If you're watching, he might be in bed this time of morning. You got White T-Shirt Media is in Bakerfield, California. You got, I think, Bravo. You got a bunch of them. It does live streams, They're not police officers. They show you wrecks, house fire, high-speed chases. They don't break any laws. They're not police officers. They bring, I love watching those people. RD on the Scene. He also got another YouTube channel, which is Kern County Crime Watchers, I think, which it's on 2 days a week. But I have fun watching them. I'm trying to figure out how to get prison to work live on YouTube. I just hope it's doing live on YouTube. But I'll find out when I go turn my TV on, see if it done anything. Maybe I'm wasting my time again. I don't know. I'm looking at this. I want to thank you for watching. I hope I helped you out. God bless you all. How you turn this thing off? I don't know how you turn it off. Oh, okay. Dumbing me.